Well, good morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus, where we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together putting on our makeup and learning a Bible memory verse. And on top of that, yay, today is episode 40. So thank you for being a part of that with me. Whether you are new or you are just joining us, jump right in. We're going to be having some fun together. So we're going to be enjoying some beauty on the inside and some beauty on the outside today. Well, our foundation verse for this podcast is going to be Psalm 119, verse 11. That is, I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And we are going to be working through all these scripture memory verses. They're from the Word in Color coloring book. And so this coloring book is going to be kind of like a coloring journal as we go throughout this first season. This is our verse for this week, so you can kind of get a feel for what that looks like. So at the end of our first season, you are going to have this beautiful pictorial display of all these different colors, whatever colors you've chosen to be in that verse, and just kind of like a way to look back and see what you accomplished over the last year. All right, let me get that off. So speaking of that, let's take a look at what our verse was for last week. So our verse for last week was, he will cover you with his feathers. Under his wings, you will find refuge. And that's from Psalm 91:4. So this week, now, if you're just joining us, you can choose to go back and try to catch up or start from here. I would encourage you, start from here. Let's set you up at the best possible possibility for success. So the verse for this week that we're going to be working on, we're going to take a step back and go into Revelation, or maybe that's forward. Anyways, that is, I have opened a door for you that no one can close. And that's Revelation 3:8. So we are going to be working on that one this week. On social media, you're going to see different graphics and things. Also on the website, you'll see different graphics and things that will help to enforce this verse and kind of get you thinking about it in a different way and just sort of setting yourself up for being able to memorize it a little bit more easily. So today our theme is, let's just call it Afrogalactic. We're going to be dipping back into the Afrogalactic palette today, and that is from Juvia's Place. That's right. Let me actually get my chat going on here. There we go. I can hear you dinging, but I couldn't see you yet. So welcome. Oh, and thank you so much. Yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so I appreciate that. And for those of you that wish me happy birthday on social media, thank you so much. All right, so we are going to get our face started. We are going to start out with the Urban Decay. This is the all-nighter primer. And literally one pump of this is going to do your whole face. Now, a primer does a couple of different things for you. In my case, with combination skin, that is going to kind of set the stage for oil control, for making sure you're not having any sliding with that foundation, no separation. So we're going to take this one pump, work it between your fingers. I'm going to start out in the center, and then we're just going to work out. This is going to help your foundation to wear better, last longer, all the good things. And yeah, my lighting probably does look a little different. I got a different mirror. It has different lights on it. I'm hoping this one does not bounce if I accidentally touch it, which does happen from time to time. So you'll have to let me know if you like this better, like this not better. I know from my perspective, it sure is a lot brighter. So that's awesome. Alrighty, then we are going to move to our concealer. For me, that is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I am the shade 11 Light Nude. And we are literally just going to be using a little bit of this. Let me do it this way. All right, we're just going to use a little tiny ribbon of that. And that will do, like, seriously, anything that you have. A little bit of this goes a long way. So we're going to start out with it under the eye. And now if you have any like hyperpigmentation or acne scarring or whatever, you would put this there as well. So I do have like redness on the top of my cheeks. So you'll see I do work it out a little bit just to kind of work almost as a color corrector, but I'm just trying to get that redness worked out. So this works better when you let it warm up to your body temperature ever so slightly. So we're going to leave it there for just a second and then just talk. While we're doing that, we are going to grab our beauty blender. Now for today, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques. This is the Miracle Air Blend Sponge. And we're going to be using the pointy tip for the concealer, and then the flat edge for our foundation. All right. So if you have clips on your hair, clip them back. If you got short hair like me, just work it back. Now that concealer's all nice and warmed up, we're going to use that pointy tip there. And we, yes, good morning, you too. All right. That pointy tip just allows you to get in and out of all these little places here, right around the eye, yet staying very gentle. And yet trying not to poke yourself in the eye. All right. Then we're going to move to our foundation. I'm going to be using the Lancôme Teint Idole. This is in the shade, what am I? 225N, which is neutral. So we're going to let that, actually, let me cap back my concealer, lest I end up with concealer in my lap at some point. All right, so we're going to give this just a little bit of shakes here. We're going to use some partial pumps to kind of work our way around our face. You do it, whatever works for you. So I'm going to take the flat part of the sponge. We're literally just going to do a partial pump. About that much there. And now we'll do each different section of the face. So we're going to start in the center. And we're just kind of tapping, blurring. Yes, that is true. If you want a little more coverage, you can use a brush. With combo skin, though, I find that the brush applies a little bit too much foundation. And so for me, it's just a little too heavy. So I like the sponge better. So just kind of a personal preference and what kind of coverage you want. If you want it a more full coverage, then yes, I would definitely use a brush. No wrong way, just different approaches. All right, we're going to do another pump, or partial pump. And working right up to that concealer. All right, so how did you all do with your verse last week? I know it was kind of a repeat. We had done a part of that verse previously. And so this time we just added the beginning of that, which was under his feathers. I know, I love the peacock pictures too. Maybe we should do that. We'll do a peacock eye one time. All right, and then we're going to complete with the forehead. I know, no Hello Kitty headband today. I just like to make sure I've got under my nostrils well. And once we have completed applying that foundation, we are going to set the foundation. And that is going to be with the Lancôme. This is the Long Time No Shine. And this has a nice puff in it. So you don't need to buy an extra one or anything like that. And just like that. Now I have a little bit of powder left in the reservoir from when I applied it yesterday. So I'm just going to use that leftover to work around the eye because you don't really need like a whole lot in this area. So whatever the leftover is usually just enough. Just tapping it ever so gently underneath the eyes. Making sure we get in the corner. All right, now we're going to cap that bad boy. And we're going to tip it upside down. We're going to give it a few taps. That's how it's going to end up in the reservoir for you. All right. And now we're just going to press that into our foundation. And we're just going to work around our face. You can kind of gently sweep like that if you like, but really it's more pressing. We just spent all that time getting that foundation on. We don't want to wipe it back off. So every place you put foundation, you're just going to set it with this. This is going to give you a nice finish. This is going to help control oil if you've got combo skin like I do. Even if you don't have combo skin, this will just give you, I would call it kind of a soft matte. It's not really like that harsh cartoon character matte kind of thing, but it is a pleasant matte. So if you want the dewy finish, this may not be the powder for you. I mean, you could always come back with a setting spray that would give you that dewy finish. But, you know, your call. We are going to set that a little bit on the lips, just like there. Now, my lid has ended up with some powder, so I'm going to tap that out. There we go. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and we are going to work on some contouring. So I am going to start out with my NARS bronzer, and that is going to be, this is the Laguna 2, which is the original color that they had. I just like it because it's kind of a nice cross. Has a tinge of warmth to it, but really I would put it under the cool bronzer category. We are going to be using, it's actually a foundation brush. This is from It Cosmetics. We're going to use this end for the bronzer and this end for the highlighter. Any flat powder foundation brush will work for this. We're going to start out with the flat side here. Just give that a couple of swipes. We're going to, the part that you just put into the powder, you're going to put on the upside. We're going to go from near the top of the ear to the nose. This is going to be above where the deepest part of your cheek is. We're going to lift that just a little bit. And you're kind of working in a little bit of a U shape. Still using the flat brush, flat side against the face. Gonna work it up into that hairline there, coming down just a smidge. Now we're gonna switch to the flats, or the edge. And we're gonna use that right under the jawline here. Just keep your face relaxed so you can work right along that line. And we're gonna give the illusion that we have more of a jaw than we actually have. Using the side, we are going to chisel out our nose. There we go. Now we're going to switch to our highlighter. I am using the MAC's. This is the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And this one is just a beautiful little bit of shimmer to it, but just about right. We're going to use the fluffy side of that brush now. And we're just going to get it on the whole brush part, just the whole end. Right on the top of that cheekbone and right along the side of the temple there. We're going to create some high parts now. And then we're going to work down the center of the face. Making especially sure that we hit that Cupid's bow there. There you go. Come back and touch that tip if you need to. And we are ready now for our blush. So we've created the stage with our highlighter and then our bronzer. And now we are going to complete that right in the middle there with the blush. So I am using the Juvia's Place. This is a blush volume 4. Today we're going to be dipping in this one up here. Now, these are very pigmented, so you do not need very much. Like literally, we're going to go tap, tap, and that's all you need. I mean, for the one side. Okay, so tap, tap, right between that bronzer and that highlighter. Correct. Just a little tap. Now we're going to tap it again. We're going to do the other side. And then just let it overlap a little bit with that bronzer and that highlighter so that it blends out together. Tapping it once, getting up along that forehead there. Now you can see if you get a little carried away with it, as I did, just come back along with that highlighter, bronzer, and cover it up a little. All right. We can set aside our contouring. We have accomplished that now. So let's say our verse together. So our verse for this week, let me get it over here. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. It is, I have opened a door for you that no one can close. And that is Revelation 3:8. So while you're doing your makeup, I would encourage you, use that verse you'll see in a minute as we do our mascara. Use it kind of like as a timer. Say it often. I have a phone setting on my watch where my phone screen scrolls through pictures from a specific photo album. My memory verse cards, the little wallpaper that I send out on Saturday, I think it is. No, Friday. I have that stored in a photo album. My watch face looks at that and it just scrolls through so that my watch is kind of like flashcards for the memory verses. So you do what works for you. These are just some ideas that you could do or not. All right, so now we're going to be taking a look at our lips. Today, because our eyes are a little complicated, we're going to be keeping it a little simple on the lips today. So I am using, this is NYX retractable lip liner, and this is in the color Hot Pink. We're going to get it out just a little bit. And we're going to really ride that line. Getting the most lip that we can. Okay, take a step back, look at your lips, make sure you got the shape exactly the way you want it. When you're happy with it, now we're going to take just a little bit less pressure and line just to the inside of that. This will help to enhance your lipstick color and your lipstick will wear a little bit better. Also, it gives a little more oomph to the outside edge so you get a little bit more of a plumper looking lip. I am using the Flat Out Fabulous. This is from MAC. I believe it's in the Retro Matte collection. So we're going to be using this. We're going to start out with that Cupid's bow. Letting the edge of that lipstick go right along that lip liner that we just put on. And now on the bottom. Now, when your lipstick is such a close match to your lip liner, you don't have to worry so much about the outside edge. But if there's any difference at all, make sure you go over that lip liner line so you don't end up with like a too liney thing happening. All right, so now for the fun. We are going to move on to our theme for today, which is Afrogalactic. So we're going to be using this palette from Juvia's Place. And today we're going to be living in these colors here. We're going to use some Spirit, some Mother Earth, Wakanda, and Spirals. So that is what we're going to do for today. It is going to be all kinds of fun. So let me get my... Okay, so we're going to start out with our all over brow bone brush, well, or concealer brush, whatever you want to call it, a brush about this size. And we're going to start out in Spirit, and we're going to color the top of that brow bone there. So you're just going to get that color on both sides. And then we're just going to get that on that brow bone there. This is just going to kind of be a blend out color. And the same thing on the other side. All right. I just love how shimmery the shadows in this are. All right. So now we are going to get a blend, just a regular shadow brush. Nope, not that one. This one here. There we go. Just a regular shadow brush. And we're going to use the color Spirals. So Spirals is kind of a, I don't know, pinky goldy color. And we're just going to work that onto the inside. So the first color we used was a light. And now this color is going to be a medium. And you can see it's kind of I don't know. Is it pink? Is it gold? I'm not sure. And we're just going to do about a third of the lid. And then you're going to work up. Well, if you have a hooded eye like I do, you'll be a little bit higher. But we're going to work just up past that eye socket bone. Okay. Now we're going to grab another shadow brush, exact same size as that last one we just used. And now we're going to be working in the color Wakanda. And Wakanda is kind of a greenish-y blue sort of color. And we are going to, first we're just going to stripe it down. Just like that. And we're going to let it blend in. And then work it right up to that top of that bone. Again, on the other side, stripe it down. And then blend it out. The colors in this palette are just so gorgeous. All right, and if you end up with any fallout, we're just going to use our fluffy brush and just remove it. Nice little flick of the wrist there. I know, we're looking a little crazy right now, but that's okay. Hang on with me. All right, now we're going to use an angled shadow brush. So kind of looks like this. This is a older MAC brush. I have no idea what number it is. But you just got a little bit of an angle. So we're going to be using that, and we're going to be using the shade Spirals. Spirals is, no, just kidding. Wakanda Spirals, Mother Earth. And we're just going to apply that on this outside edge here. Going all the way up to the top and meeting those other colors. And now we're just going to blend them. Just ever so slightly. Just going to come and touch up. Going to grab that lighter one. All right. And now we're going to be using our NYX liner. This is in our retractable eyeliner in black. All right. Very subtle, very faint, but I kind of like it. All right, so we're going to line the top of the lid. And we're just going to go about a little more than halfway across. And then on the bottom, we're going to go about that same distance, about halfway, with just a nice light line. All right. We are going to use our eyeliner brush. Looks like this here, very fine, nice and angled. And we're going to be using the Wakanda. So this brush is just going to work in that eyeshadow. And Wakanda, we're going to work that right underneath here. And I want to pick up a little bit of that up here. So we're going to take that same eyeliner brush and we're just going to work it about halfway up on that top. That's right. You're just going to meet that line right there and work it towards the middle. Now, if you're adding false lashes, you want that line to be a little more exaggerated. If you're just going to mascara your own lashes, then you can do it as thin as you want. I mean, you can exaggerate it as well. But your lash strip is going to cover up a little bit of it. So you want it a little more than what you think you actually need. Okay, I see a little fallout. So we're going to get that. And we're going to add a little fun. So the Afrogalactic collection also has liquid eyeliners. So fun. So this is the shade Star Girl. So we're going to be using, now that we've got that liner done, we're going to use the Star Girl kind of on the inside corner and blend that out just a little bit. So these are super fun. So you're going to go right here in the corner and just blend that up to meet where you just had that. Nice. We're actually going to use it in the corner a little bit. We're going to feather it out into that light color. And then we're going to blend it out to that bottom liner. All right. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Okay, so literally I didn't have to put the brush back in at all with that. So let's do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to line it all the way to here. Oh, my lighting just changed because I touched. Gotta love that. I know, right? Like, what were the odds of that? And then we're going to do the inside corner. It looks like my tip does need a little bit more. There we go. Okay, fan that down to dry. So beautiful. You know me and my sensitive eyes. I did make them water just a titch. All right, so now that we've got that where we want it, we are going to line that top, getting ready for our lashes. So I am using the Better Than Sex. This is the Easy Glide Liquid Waterproof Eyeliner, and this is in the shade of black. So we're just going to be lining from that outside corner. Just a nice thin line all the way to the inside corner. This is just going to hide any gaps if your lashes don't end up straight smack against your lash line. Also helps to hide the band. Okay, just a very fine, thin line. While that is drying, we're going to work on our brows. So for today, now you use whatever brow product you have. For me, I have fashion colored hair. I know it's fading out just a little tiny bit because I've had it done for a few weeks now. But I'm going to be using, this is the Jumbo NYX actually, I think this is a highlighter stick, multi-use face stick. And this is in the shade Blueberry Muffin. So I am going to, yes, be using that as a brow product today. So you do whatever brow product you've got. We are just going to get those brows to appear. There we go. That's just like a miracle. Well, it says multi-use face. I'm just multi-using. There you go. And for me, because I have so few eyebrow hairs, this is actually smushing them down nicely. I don't even have to do anything. Let's look back, make sure you've got them even. I don't know about you, but this happens to me every once in a while. Overnight, you miraculously have that little stray guy. See him right there? Yep. That's okay. Little pull. He's gone. Okay, so for today, Oh, let me see what is going on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. For today, we are going to be using the mascara. This is the Bad Gal Bang. This is in the shade of black. Because my eyelashes are kind of like a light brown blonde kind of color, I do use mascara on my lashes first so that they blend in with the false lashes until such a time as I find blondish brown false lashes. Actually, I'm not even sure I'd wear those. Anyways, so here we go. So we're going to use our Tarte lash curler or whatever lash curler you have. You are going to put it as close to that lash where your lashes are meeting your lid, but you don't want it to pinch. So if you feel any pinching at all, release, pull it out just a little bit until you find the exact spot. Now we are going to use our Bible verse as a timer for this. So we're going to say it twice once you've got that perfect sweet spot. So find that perfect spot where when you crimp it down, you don't feel any pinching. Okay, you ready? Here we go. And down. I have opened a door for you that no one can close. Revelation 3:8. Do that again. I have opened a door for you that no one can close. Revelation 3:8. And off. Other side. Find your sweet spot. There we go. Here we go. Pinch or clamp. I have opened a door for you that no one can close. Revelation 3:8. Do that again. I have opened a door for you that no one can close. Revelation 3:8. All right. So now that our lashes are all curled, we're going to start with the top ones first. There we go. Catch the back side of those tips. And because I'm going to be doing false lashes, I don't really need to do like a very many coat. One coat usually will be satisfactory for the lashes. All right, other side. I know. Can you believe we are in our 40th episode already? For those of you that have been here with me the whole time, thanks for hanging. All right, now let's get those bottom lashes. A little bit better coat on these because they're not going to get lashes put on top. Actually, that one's going to be hard to do this way. Let me do it this way. All right. And to the other side. And yes, I use a little magnifying mirror. It just makes it easier. However you do it, you do what works for you. Making sure to sweep up under. So you can catch the back side of those. I seem to be having a face touching problem today. Now remember, if you do what I just did, you do have your little bullet that you can use. Just has a little tappy touch of powder on it. And you can just wipe away whatever that was you just did. I'm sure that brush has some kind of a name. I don't know what it is, so I call it Magic Bullet. Kind of looks like one. All right. So, we've just got a nice blend there. Okay, So let's finish out our look. We're going to add our lashes now. So for today, I'm going to use my favorite, which is the Juvia's Place. This is the Zaria. They look like this. A little bit of flare to them. So I also use the Velour Lash Tools. This right here is going to be, my eyes do not like it when your fingers be getting all up in there. So I use the lash tool to keep my eyes from blinking and flicking. And this is just a nice handy tool for holding things, making sure you get precision alignment with everything. So you do you. That's just how I do it. Okay, so, and I also love, so if you have to trim your lashes like I do, you always trim from the outside edge. So their little scissors are like perfect, has a wonderful pointy tip, and they're very sharp. Then they also have their lash combing tool. This is great for getting the adhesive out of the lashes and extending their wear. And then you've got that brush tip there. I've used that on my brow before, but really it's designed for the lashes. Anyways, you'll love the Velour tools. I'm sorry, I have now developed the hiccups. Okay, the Allure Lash Glue. I'm going to be using this one. This is the 18 hour. So you're going to grab those lashes right in the center of the lash, and we're going to be applying that adhesive in 2 spots. We're going to go right along the top of the band here, and then right on that flat side of the band there. So let me get a hold of the lash there. The one thing I like about this is that it doesn't have a brush tip. It has like a little paddle. So it makes it a little easier to control to me. So we're going to apply that on the top of the band there. And then we're going to apply it on the back flat side of that band. Sorry, having trouble seeing, holding it up like that. There we go. So your band should have white all over it at this point. Set it down in the, order of your eye. If you're doing a flare like I am, doesn't really matter so much because you can really tell where those lash needs to be. If you are not doing a flare, it's a little harder to tell what you got going on. And so you probably do want to set them down in the order that you're going to be putting them on. Okay. And that had like a hunk of adhesive. So we're just going to get that off of there. There we go. Set that one down. We'll give that just a second to set. You'll know it's about ready when it loses a little bit of its shine and it turns a little bit to the clear. Yes, you can use the black adhesive as well. For me personally, though, I evidently have an eye sensitivity to latex. And every black adhesive that I have come in contact with has had latex in it. So I am not a good candidate for black adhesive. All right, so now you're going to grab that lash strip right there in the center, and we are going to make sure you grab the first one that you did. Just kind of fan it, let it dry and set a little bit, and then we are going to set it right down in the middle of the appropriate eye for which that is. So for me, that's this one. Set it down right against where that lash meets that lid. Then we're going to work that out to the outside edge. And we're going to grab the inside and get that right on that lash line here on the inside. Mine needs to come down just a little. There we go. And we're just going to tap and make sure that every piece of that lash is touching. There you go. Make any adjustments that you need. Shift your lashes to blend in with it. Oh, there's a fun little something. There we go. Once you've got that side exactly where you want it, you can grab the other one. And again, we're going to be grabbing that in the middle. And then we're going to set it down on the middle. I'll fan it just a second. And then get it down in the middle on the other side. The outside edge goes down. And I feel like I've caught There it goes. And then the inside. Okay, so note to self. One thing with this mirror, while I'm not tapping and touching on it and it's not bouncing, I have to be careful not to stick my elbow on the controls down there. Oh, to freak you out? Sorry. Okay, just making sure everything is touching. Lashes are blended in. And just double check the other side. Okay, beautiful. All right. So I did brush my face a couple of times. So I'm just going to come back with a little highlighter and make sure that, oh, I see that little fun thing. Let's grab the little lash tool. Get that. You ever have your adhesive do that? That's another great thing that this lash tool can fix for you. So I had a little section of adhesive that decided to adhere to the bottom down here. That's always fun. Happens sometimes. All right. So going to use just a highlighter brush. I believe this is an Anastasia one. Just going to go back into that highlighter there, making sure we apply that. Just touching up what we had going on there, and it looks like right there, I got a little something. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to say our verse together one more time, and then we are going to add our setting spray. So that verse together is, I have opened a door for you that no one can close, Revelation 3:8. You have all week to work on this, so no expectation that you have it all together right now. Okay, so now we are going to finish our look with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. This is the D-Slick. So they've got several different variations of this particular spray, depending on what it is that you want to achieve with the look that you have. So you choose the one that's best for you. I mentioned before that I have that combo oily skin, and this is the best one for me. So we're going to tip our head back, get our hair back just a little bit, and give a couple sprays. Give it a shake. There we go. Fan that down. This will help your makeup look to last longer. It will help control oil or add shine, depending on which one of their variations that you have chosen. All right. So, happy episode 40. It has been a joy to hang out with you this morning. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I look forward to seeing you on social media throughout the week, or better yet, come see me at my store in Midlothian. And so we are going to do just a little bit of a review of all the verses that we have been working on so far. Now, I told you we are in episode 40. So there are going to be 39 different Bible verses on this review. Let's see how many of these verses you can get right. Are you ready? Okay, ready, set, go. All right. Well, how did you do? Awesome. I hope that you are enjoying learning these different verses together. Again, these verses are coming from the Word and Color coloring book. So there's a QR code there on your screen for you. That is an affiliate link. So using that's like giving me a tip. Thank you so much. But it'll also get you in the right place. So that is where we're going to be working on now. So now, this next week, you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcasting platform, Instagram, YouTube. I've got Apple, Spotify, Facebook, you name it, it's there. So be sure to check it out and look for me there. So let me send you out with a blessing this week. You ready? Okay. I love scripture and song. Find scripture and song. So, the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. All right. Well, this has been a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. It has been a joy to hang out with you today. I look forward to seeing you throughout the week. Be sure to come see me at my store in Midlothian, Texas. We'll do a shade match. We'll talk about some new trends. We'll talk about new products, and we'll just have all kinds of fun together. So until next time, my friends, God bless you.